Hi, everyone. My name is Mike Doria. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer at Second Spectrum. We are a division of Genius Sports, and I'm excited to talk to you a bit more about how we build AI systems that understand football. I think it was a great session this morning, and you got a sneak peek into some of our automated eventing, but I want to take a little bit of time to share these AI systems that we're building. Second Spectrum has always had this idea of being the next way of seeing sports, and I want to spend most of my time today showing you examples. But before I do that, I think it's helpful to understand the philosophy we bring to applying AI to football. You know, when I think about football, I think we've been on this march to take this game that we all love and better document and understand it in real time. It used to be that you could just watch the game in a stadium, and then we started recording the scores for newspapers the next day and added microphones for radio and lots of cameras to watch on TV. And now we live in this world of robust eventing and tracking data that we were talking about. And we think the future, and the future that we're building here, is really to be able to create a real-time digital replica of every football game, a digital twin that allows everybody to interact with it in lots of different ways, whether that's a VR, AR experience, augmented video, or just interactive data for coaches. We call this machine understanding of sports, or an AI that can understand sports. And so I think the question is, well, how do you do that? How do you build that? And what we always say is we take a similar approach to how a person understands sports. First, they have to be able to watch it. Then they have to be able to understand what's going on in the game and the context of what's happening. And then they can impact it as a ref, as a player, as a coach, as a fan. And it's really a similar thing for AI. To watch a game, you have to digitize it and translate it to numbers. This is tracking. We heard a lot about this earlier in the first session, and I'll give a bit more info about our tracking system. Then the second piece, which we've always found to be the most critical, is how do you take this massive tracking data, how do you take this huge collection of numbers that we're able to develop in real time and translate it into the language of football, the words that we as fans and referees and officials use to describe the game. Because if you can do those two things in real time, you can start to automate parts of the game. You can automate an offside call. You can automate a data feed that goes to a coach, or you can personalize experiences for fans. So the system we've developed to do this is called Dragon. At its core, it's a next generation optical tracking system. But really, we believe it does a lot more than that, because we've engineered it to be a full end-to-end AI system that solves many of the problems across a football ecosystem. I like to describe it as the kind of new tech stack for football. And we go back to those two words, understand and impact. To understand the game, we need to do three things. We need to provide really robust, high-quality automated video production. We need to use that video and all the video we can pick up from the stadium to produce the kind of most granular tracking data possible. We talked about today the evolution from center of mass to skeletal, and with Dragon, we're actually able to produce what we call surface mesh tracking data, thousands of data points per player per frame to really understand the actual contours of their body. And it's this larger set of data that lets us use AI to automatically understand and event the game in real time. Faster, more robust, more accurate eventing data than has happened before. Not just passes and shots, but everything happening off the ball, pressures, passing probabilities, the list goes on and on. And once you can understand the game and have this real-time data, you can then impact every level of the game. Because automating an offside call is really just a very specific type of event. Or providing a coach a data feed that can impact how they coach the game in real time is a different specific type of event. And giving fans the ability to control how they want to experience a live broadcast or an immersive VR experience is just a different permutation of data as well. So let me give you a little overview of the Dragon system, and then we'll jump into some more specific examples. So whenever we give one of these talks, we don't just like to show sizzle reels and mocked up videos. So as Hendrik mentioned before, about a week ago, we installed a Dragon system here at Dusseldorf, and we got it a day before the last home match. I think it was last Friday, and wanted to show you some actual content from that game to show you what it can do here on this field in Germany. So we start with an automatic panoramic view of the game. Everything you're going to see here was delivered live and had no human intervention. So this video is automatically panning and zooming to keep action in play. And then on the left, you can see the surface mesh recreation of the game in the 3D world. And this is where we start, video and a digital representation of the game. But I also realized from this zoomed out view, it's a little bit hard to see the detail of the surface mesh and that kind of additional granularity of data we're capturing. So what we did is we took that live mesh data and we produced an experience that was a little bit more representative of what this data can do. So this is now that still live captured data. And as you see a zoomed in version of a player, each one of those intersecting polygons is a representation of a data point that we're able to capture in real time. So again, this is thousands of data points per player per frame. And what this allows us to do is create what we think is the most accurate representation of human ball movement possible in football. And as it can provide some immersive experiences on this, which I believe was the first goal of the game. And there's a lot of great companies here developing new AR and VR experiences and ways to personalize the game, and we're fully supportive of that, and we're excited to get this data in their hands. But for us, the tracking data is always just still the foundation. It's the base layer of what you can build upon. And so the next step is to turn this tracking data into eventing data. And you saw a little bit of it in the earlier session, but I want to kind of take you behind the scenes to some of the tools that we have to do this. This was again run live last Friday. And as you can see here, we have a virtual recreation where sets of events are automatically populating in real time. Now, we can't show you everything. The best way to experience this is a live data feed that has over 200 unique football data points being collected in real time. But you can also start to imagine different digital experiences where this could be a fan-facing experience where they can both manipulate the 3D representation and have a custom data feed informing them about what's going on in the game. And as I mentioned before, we think of officiating as just a specific type of event. So on this particular goal, the system automatically flagged in real time that this was a close offside call. The flag stayed down. It turned off the goal score. Turned out the goal scorer was onside by about 30 centimeters, and play was able to go on. But it's an example of how one system can power 3 worlds, automated eventing, officiating, and so much more. And I'll just go over to the example that Hendrik and the team showed earlier today. So this is now the integration of our live automated video, our surface mesh player tracking data, and our automated eventing system happening in one place. And I think, to me, the point here is these shouldn't operate as separate systems anymore. You should have one system that can power the full football ecosystem. And when you can do this, what we believe we've achieved here is machine understanding of sport in real time. You can power so many new downstream use cases. So I know today was mostly about sport performance and some of the technology below it, but I think one of the final frontiers that this can deliver is a way to personalize fan experiences as well. When in real time you can combine this tracking data, eventing data, and then also integrate it with broadcast video, it allows you to create a world where fans can start to control the way they want to interact with a live game, or where each of us can have our own version of watching a live game. So I'll leave you with a reel of some of those experiences we've delivered across different sports, and we're very excited to keep bringing to the football world.
Curry. Oh!
Let's take a look at second spectrum here. We'll see Jeremy Grant, 18% chance of making that.
Driven off the
Gives it inside to zone.
They're down by 2. George wants it all. The 3. Oh, my goodness.
First and 10. Alouettes down 3 from the 27. The Bills by 3. Time running out. End zone. Touchdown.
A lot of time. Steps into one. Launching deep. Going for Brandon Ayuk. It is. Oh, he caught it off the ricochet.
Second and goal. It's back to Pacheco. Pacheco drives across. Got out of a would-be sack. Keeps it alive. And flings it in the air. It is brought in by Lakeland. Empty backfield. Second and goal. Look in motion. Allen throws. It's caught to the end zone.
Comes up in here, he's going to start to get this back, and then he's going to have to make that move on the
Great job, unbelievable. It's going to be a huge play. Nope. Boop, boop, boop.
It's a prime vision machine learning. Shows you the threats that the quarterback might be feeling, the threats of a blitz and where that pressure may be. This time,
Smith fires over the middle. Great grab by Metcalf out in front, and he will go all the way for a touchdown. 73 yards.
Thank you very much. Lots more to share. We have a booth upstairs, so please come by later. I look forward to seeing you.